Hello, my name is Abe. Welcome back to Dead Cells. I'm very interested in the fact that the toxic sewers is apparently a incentivized biome, even though I go to the toxic sewers like every freaking time. Makes me wonder if maybe due to the refactoring of incentivized biomes, maybe what we can do is use that as an indicator for where we should go on a run. And if it's a little bit more random, instead of just always being the same floors over and over again, incentivizes maybe a little bit more variability in the runs. For now, I think we're gonna try to do a survival-based run. And if we do that on this run, Ice Shock is actually kind of interesting because I would like to try Frostbite at some point, but I mean, come on. There's also Flint, Fire and Oil Grenade, and Marksman's Bow. So, like, just an absolutely unbelievable amount of possible damage here early. So I think we'll just roll this at least for the time being. Punk. No Wings of the Crow, please. But I think we haven't done, I'm not gonna say we haven't done survival recently, but we certainly haven't done it over the past 2 runs. Last run was Brutality, and the run before that, I believe, was, backwards. I believe was Tactics, although I kind of forget what happened on the run. But that's okay. I mean, the Fire and Oil Grenade combo on its own is something that's going to absolutely just freaking crush. So much so that I actually don't even really want the Ice Grenade. Although it does incentivize taking Frostbite, which I was just talking about, but for the early game, why don't we just stick with what we have? Ooh, survival. Well, in hindsight, we need a little bit more money to actually afford any of those, but maybe at the end of this floor, you never know. You know what I've not had in a long time? I have not seen a fragment of the Philosopher's Stone. You know, the thing that gives you like... That's fine. The thing that gives you like 75,000 gold for nothing. Bonobutt says, the Flint does have slow on death. Yeah, I guess we could go Frostbite. The thing that I don't like about the Frostbite though, is that it pulls a lot of aggro, but it is pretty okay damage. And maybe if you build plenty of points into survival, actually Frostbite, does that scale with your highest stat or scale with all stats? Yo, that was incredible. I think I gotta look it up actually, because it's a colorless mutation. Colorless mutations don't tend to scale that much, do they? What would it scale with? Your highest stat or the sum total of all of your stats? I honestly have no idea. Dun dun. Okay, immediate legendary Hattori's Katana. 5L deflects bullets. Wow, that's so bad. I mean, look at the damage. 795. We're doing 2,000 with the Flint. It's a waste. Scales with your highest stat. The Frostbite scales with your highest stat? Jackman says, do it, haven't done it in a while. I hate the katana. Not only is its damage incredibly low, even the legendary affix is like, wow, that's just garbage. You know what? How do I get to you? This way. Yeah, like, how can I legitimately with a straight face say, yeah, I'm gonna take the thing that does 1/3 of the damage of the weapon that we currently have for an effect that I'm going to get rid of later for a weapon that does more damage because it's a level 5 weapon. Marksman's bow does not have any fire affixes on it. That's unfortunate, but that's okay. Dun, dun, dun. I probably focus a little bit too much on raw damage stats, but I mean that's just sad. That's okay. We'll get something else later. Oh, this is the toxic sewers. I mean, it is incentivized. We haven't fought the Watcher recently, so this might be a good opportunity to go down there and fight the Watcher. I don't know why I'm climbing up here. Apparently there's no reason to. Let's go down, grab the food, sell it, get the heck out of here. Didn't take any damage, I don't think, so no reason to eat it. We'll just take the 600 gold and go. Yeah, if the incentivized biomes if they don't look at total runs anymore and they just look at recent runs, that's way better. Because previously, you know, Dracula's Castle, when that DLC came out, it was incentivized for like 50 runs in a row because, you know, I've been to, let's say, I've been to the Ramparts 100 times. I went to the Castlevania 0 times because it was new, and so the game was like, hey, you're gonna go to the Castlevania biome, right? It's incentivized. It's not a very smart system. 62 on the first biome. I didn't think there were 60 enemies in the first floor. It's all the rats. It might have been a little bit of a larger biome as well, but it's all the rats, really. Enemies suffer 46 DPS. Frostbite dead cells. Frostbite. Survival scaling mutation. Okay, so this is the unupdated version. Still gonna go disengagement. But it still doesn't scale. Well, it's not that important right now. I still would rather have it not pull the aggro right now. At least not until I figure out my build a little bit better. Hey. Let's not worry about it. Because, like, if we had slow does damage, frostbite, all of these enemies would be aggroed towards me immediately. Sometimes that's a good thing, though, because you can kill them faster. But I think, in general, it's probably not that great of a thing. Dude, how cool would it be, though, on this run to get a legendary flint? Oh, I would love that. Dun. Fandom Wiki is not updated to use the GG. I think I did. Yeah, I did. GG Wiki says Frostbite is a survival scaling mutation. So, it's gotta be updated. Someone's gotta do it. Be my guest, do my work, take my tests. Do the updates tell me what the mutations do in this game? You know what? See ya. It's a lot of money. It's $1,000. Thank you, incentivized biome. You know what? Thank you again. Dude, there's a lot of money down here. Who would have thought? The other thing is that if the incentivized biomes are a lot more random, and there's a lot more of a reason to do them, then there's a lot more money to be had on these runs. I don't know exactly how much you would get in an incentivized biome, you know, versus a non-incentivized biome, but you know, it's enough to be worth it. Clearly. Dun, dun, dun. You know, it's got to be like, I don't know, 10,000, maybe more. A legendary gilded Yumi, huh? Well, here's the thing. It'll fit any run that we do, won't it? I think it's enough to retire on. Dude, I freaking wish. I would love to retire. By the way. Oh, Jesus. I love it. I love it so much. I know it was suggested that I go and do the Dracula on this run, since we haven't done it in a while, but how can I not want to do, like, servants? Servants are so much fun. And you know what? The Yumi has also victims slow down nearby enemies when they die. Maybe we can have a full-on frostbite build with the Gilded Yumi. 2 legendaries before the first boss hacking. And there's Ice Shard if you really want to go down that path, I suppose. So I would assume that this is 1 stack of slow per Ice Shard, but you know what? That's actually pretty decent speed. You know? Maybe it's what I'm gonna do. Maybe what I'm gonna do on this run is go heavy frostbite build with a little bit of Gilded Yumi to back it up. And frostbite apparently, oops, does freeze now. Well, not frostbite. The shards here. The shards? The ice shock. No, it is called Ice Shard. Didn't it used to be called Ice Shock? Does freeze. You just have to hit with enough of the projectiles to stack up 5 slow. Very interesting. I'm not gonna go to the ramparts, even if it's incentivized. You know what? Maybe we should. Maybe we should go to the ramparts. Tasty Cake says, sometimes it feels like the incentivized biomes has no money. And sometimes I get rich. I guess it's probably, in that case, a random distribution of money as opposed to a set distribution of extra money. Makes sense. Let me just teleport across the gap here. Oh, I screwed up. See you. Yeah, I think we'll go frostbite after this for sure. And honestly, we might want to go ammo because I mean, you know how much I love the Yumi. Ammo means we will get an extra shot before we have to worry about reloading. Reloading. I wonder how effective Ice Shock is. I guess we're gonna find out. That's the whole reason why I like doing runs with varied equipment. Oh well, Gilded Yumi isn't necessarily varied at this point. I take it all the time, but I like doing runs with some varied equipment on occasion to see how it works. Whoa! I forgot that Ice Shock wouldn't kill you in 1 hit. Because the Ice Shock damage is actually just still bad. And that's definitely not gonna kill you in 1 hit, but maybe it will eventually. Dun 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 dun. Very interesting. Very interesting. I mean, it was either this or combo today. Still need to do a combo focused run at some point. Explorer's Instinct. What do we have left? There's plenty of food if we need it. We don't have a gastronomy or anything. We probably, well, I was gonna say we probably won't go for it, but we're rolling survival. There's not really a reason not to, you know? It really just is the best way to up your damage with food before you have to go fight a boss. What is this? Nothing. You're nothing to me. And I gotta feel like we've actually picked up quite a lot of cash, so I'm happy about that on this floor. It takes a while to hit anything with this ice shock, though. I think there's gonna be a teleporter up there. There is a cat. We'll go check out the cat. You know what? We do need to replace the spider. We do need to replace the oil grenade. So I believe the cat is survival. Hey, come here. You know, I think I'm just noticing something. Only one ice shock can hit an enemy, and then the other ones just phase through. Whoa, 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 whoa! How come it's not focused on the boss? Why was it going after me? That might not exactly be the case, but it feels like it's the case. What the heck? Why are you up there? All right, we're probably gonna recycle some food and eat some others. Got him. Dun 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 dun. We are done. I guess there's one non-infected food drop, but I would like to get some more food. Cycle this one. Faster to go back. I think I'm gonna eat this one, even if it is gonna wreck my malaise. Yeah, I know. I opened that bag previously, game. Food infected by the malaise. Once we beat the first boss, this is not gonna be as much of a problem anymore. And I know the incentivized biome is the ramparts, but I am gonna go to the prison. There it is. All right. And finally, random skills. I don't think we need random skills. I've got a cat. Okay, so we are gonna go frostbite. It's gonna, oh my God, it's gonna suck so much when we're cursed though. Like we're gonna have enemies everywhere trying to chase us down and murder us. Is that really what we want? Oh, geez, Victims freeze nearby enemies when they die. So that's maximum stacks of frostbite. Let's go for it. 80 DPS. Man, it is gonna be rough with the curse though. Because as soon as we kill one enemy, every adjacent enemy is gonna teleport to us. We have to always be prepared for that. No, I'm not gonna take taunt. Isn't taunt also only melee damage? Yeah, it's only melee damage. I mean, it's a brutality mutation, it kind of makes sense. Dude, and yeah, I'm absolutely correct. Only one of the ice shocks can actually hit the enemies. That's kind of terrible, actually. Because it means that, you know, the 3 shots, we're not actually applying like any. That'll clear the curse. We're not applying like actually any. You're not allowing me to kill you. We're not applying as much slowdown as I would have liked, let's say. Any is a strong word. I think I'm just gonna run. I think I'm gonna do the hard part of the floor first. Hey, you know what? Ice Shock is pretty good against the enemies when they're in water, at least. Hey. Cat can deal with that one. Catman do. Whoa! See ya. And apparently this guy can't even be hit while he's in the middle of popping up out of the ground. I mean, that's just kind of like par for the course for him. He's a bit of a jerk. You know what? Send in the cat. Cat, I need you to deal with that room, please. Yeah, I really dislike that Ice Shock can only hit once. I think that severely limits it, at least for me. Dun, dun, dun. I'm gonna suck him into the portal. Well, as expected, it would pull the aggro. Dude, sewing scissors? If we're using the Yumi, we don't really need sewing scissors, do we? Yeah, it freezes nearby enemies when they die, so does Ice Shock. At least Ice Shock is something I can toss out quickly, I suppose. We do scissors all the time when we're rolling survival. We don't need to do it here. It's a little wonky though for a run, but we'll try to make it work. All right, we got a lot of stuff to backtrack for because I didn't fight all the enemies. Although surprisingly, well, maybe I shouldn't be surprised at the fact that all of the enemies did die, because again, when we kill one enemy, they all freeze each other and then slow down, frostbite. They take damage, that pulls the aggro. I think that actually worked surprisingly well. We reduced our melees on the entire floor too. Now, Crusher does synergize with what we have going on here because it does synergize with slow. So maybe you take Crush Trap? The cat already has bonus to freeze and freezes nearby enemies. So maybe you get rid of the whistle? Tombstone run when, says Jackman. That's like every run. This one does have freeze. I'm not gonna, you know what? We could spend $6 grand. We got so much money. But I'm gonna replace it at some point in the future. We don't need more freeze. We have enough freeze. I guess that's the value of Ice Shock, because it does have enemies freeze nearby enemies. I don't know why I'm looking for the floor rune. We already found it. All right. Pressure applies at least 2 stacks of slow. I hate that I have to like consider that, you know? It's not just that it applies slow, it's that it applies, 2 stacks of slow, and it attacks every, you know, X seconds, so that's Y DPS due to the slow stacks. Why'd they have to make slow so confusing? we'll swap for the HP for now. Oh yeah. As soon as I made the jump, I thought to myself, I'm not far enough ahead. I'm gonna fall into the spikes, and then I did. I've done this one enough to know. Wait. How would even every one at a time? That's exactly what I say all the time. You know, there's a huge synergy with the repeater crossbow, of course, but why don't we go maybe ice grenade? Sorry, cat. Why don't you go home, have some nibble. Come back to you later. Ramparts. You recycled an amulet with an extra jump right before going into the rift? My bad. You know, incentivized biome, baby. Really, I kind of want to do this because the Yumi is gonna crush. But I am very much looking for a different weapon to replace the ice shard. I don't think that's what I'm looking for. So 106 DPS. Whenever I pick up a scroll, what I should do is I should look to see if off-color scales this. I'll try to remember that, because it's 106 DPS right now. Attacking at close range reduces skill cooldowns. Skill cooldown build, Heart of Ice? You know? Let's go for it. Man, I have not been to the ramparts in a long time. So here comes everyone. Okay, see ya. I do just absolutely, oh, there's nothing here. I do just absolutely love the bow, though, that we have. Now, I gotta remember, I did swap my X and Y. I did that because I realized that, really, this is my primary. The bow. See you. Oh, gotta move. Maybe pulling all of the aggro on a level is actually, like, incredible. I should also be using my ice grenade a little bit more. Maybe it's actually incredible because you can just kind of stand still, fight off a couple of waves, and then move on. Yeah. By order of the king, hang everybody! Oh. I hate that laser doesn't move with him. See you. Poison has no effect on you. Sewers, here we come! Wait a minute. Now that I have, you know, several more weapons that apply the frostbite, I do feel like maybe it's getting to be a little bit better, you know? Oh, God. But there's so many enemies teleporting to me. Again, kind of the point, though. It's just, it's a different build style than I'm used to, you know? It's gonna take a little while to work out the kinks. Apparently, I completely missed a scroll of power. Trial by combat, exactly. How do we get to this scroll of power? This way. Hey, you! There it is. No wonder I missed it. Reduces skill cooldowns by 1.3 seconds. Works with melee or range. It has like I know it has a very short delay. It can only be used like once every half second, but we have a lot of slowdown, so in theory, we're gonna get cooldown delay all the time, right? Dude, you know what? Honestly, I'm gonna swap them back. I keep making the mistake. I'm using them in the wrong order. What? That's an amulet. Poisons enemies that wounds you. Damage from projectiles is probably better. I don't really care about the fire and oil. Technically, I have fire on the bow, which is not an anti-synergy, but it does unfreeze enemies. So maybe it kind of is. Hold on. Had to look. had to look. Had to yeet. You know what? I'll get you on the way up. Apparently I can't be trusted to do one jump. You know what I like about the ice shock, at least, is that it is quick, so it is just virtually instantaneously, and it has the added slow benefit on top of it. Go ahead, go ahead, go ahead. Whoa, 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 whoa. He lived for longer than I thought he would. Extra jump in midair. And just by killing the enemies, we did kill the Inquisitor over there. Yoink. Yo, you can go to the crypt? Is that on the map? It is on the map, okay. I guess I just never come down here that often, do I? Slightly better grenade. We don't need to pay money upgrading it. That grenade is not gonna stick with us forever. I'm already basically not using it as often as I should. I don't know, it seems like a pretty good combo though. The run at the very least has me interested, for sure. Oh, very glad that that's not a cursed chest. Otherwise I'd have to do a little bit of running to get to it. I'm also realizing the difference between slows nearby enemies on death and freezes nearby enemies on death. We would much rather have freezing because it does count as 5 stacks. Which means we would do significantly more damage. freezing is 5 stacks of slow applied. So we are done. We're not buying anything from this shop. It's just a skill shop. Probably brutality at this point. Level 1 brutality. Our stats are looking nice. That's what I'll say about that. We have good stat distribution. E.g., we've been forced to take very little in non-survival. Door. Do you think door should be brutality as well? Because sure, I can understand tactics, but I mean, you got the crowbar. A door would fit perfectly in the brutality build. Dum, dum. So do we need ammo? I think the answer is no. We need a repeater crossbow. Repeater crossbow with Gilded Yumi in the backpack is hilarious. You know what? I'm wrong. Repeater crossbow's garbage. For some reason I thought it would apply slow. It doesn't. It just applies root, so it doesn't actually work with frostbite. Frostbite does not work on root, only slow. Slows down nearby enemies. I'm not gonna spend money re-rolling. This will be interesting. In theory, we can keep him knocked back forever. Seems very hard to actually apply frostbite to this man. And by frostbite, I just mean freeze. That's gonna hurt. Why did I roll backwards? I got hit on the easiest boss. Am I embarrassed? Yes. I'm especially embarrassed because you can just stun lock this guy. Oh, he's not being affected by slow anymore. That's interesting. Yeah, the slow, not only does he become resistant, and at the end there he was not being affected by it at all, but I do feel like it was a little hard to freeze him because it does wear off maybe faster than normal enemies? I don't know. I know he becomes immune, but maybe he's also just resistant to the slow. Well, all I can really say is, I'm sorry. What do we have? Stilt Village incentivized. You know what? You've convinced me, game. We're gonna go Clock Room, we're gonna go Dracula. We're not gonna go Bank. I haven't been here in a while either. Other than not going to the promenade, this has been a classic path. Well, aggroed him. It does seem like this requires a lot more, wow, you hit me, care and deliberation in your attacks. Dun, 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 dun. Frostbite's really nice against these crowds. Well, freeze nearby enemies is really good against those crowds. I didn't check the frostbite damage. Frostbite damage is 323. I want to see what happens when we get another off-color scroll, but I'm not paying attention to it as much as I should. I am seeing Instinct of the Master at Arms work. We are getting cooldown reduction. Root Grenade? Root Grenade is not slow, so I don't want it. If it froze nearby enemies, maybe I would take it. I did not see you. I don't think that's gonna get you either, unfortunately. Oh, he's dead. Every enemy in here is slow. Oh, you know what? Maybe we don't want freeze because the slow effect has such a large AoE on it. Why were you not frozen? Enemies slow other enemies on death. It's like a whole screen's worth. Nice. So I definitely see the fact that freeze, sure it's more stacks, but it's such a smaller actual AoE on it. Okay, okay. I'm considering things I've never considered before. I have to, because this is a new build for me. The slow build. Oh, there's also a food shop on this level, so we can heal up very easily. Do we want to replace Ice Shock? You know, honestly, how come it only has 3 affixes on it? This is worse than the current one that we have. It's more damage, but the freeze effect is really nice. HLRE, welcome. Am I the only one who doesn't like the bobby head? I think it's all right. That's a lot of damage. I don't not like it. Makes me feel like I'm a part of the Makes it feel like I'm a part of the animated trailers. Connie, welcome. How are you doing? What is it now? 9 days until Darkest Dungeon 2. Are you excited? Oh, I bet you freaking are. I'm excited. I'm probably not even gonna do any sort of like warm-up run. It's just gonna be immediate Darkest Dungeon. I'll probably still do a warm-up run of Dead Cells. Gotta bring in the viewers somehow. Uh-oh. I'm relying on the slow to kill things sometimes. Sometimes. They don't die as fast as I would like. I do think that what I really want is like 2 ice grenades. I would kill for like a legendary ice grenade, because then we could hold 2 of them. I'd also kill for something that's not ice shock. Frost blast. Frost blast is what I'm looking for. Definitely. You didn't look at stats again. God damn it. 427. See ya. Apparently I'm never gonna remember though. You hear that whoosh, whoosh, whoosh? Yeah, I mean, this will clearly 491. Did it really go 427 to 491, or did I forget again? What the heck? I'm waiting for his arrow to come down and hit me in the head. 491. That's, wow! Talk about getting comboed. Abe forgets everything he says 10 seconds later. I'm not gonna forget this time. 491. 491. So it only scales with their highest stat. Fair enough. Is this the food shop? I think this is the food shop. I don't think we've seen the food shop quite yet. La, la, la. I could buy, you know what, we've gone to so many incentivized biomes, let's just do this. There you go, now we're up to full health. Cost us 20 grand, but that's like 1.5 incentivized biomes. We've been to 3 of them. We've still made a profit. I guess we're gonna go up to the clock tower too. It's probably gonna be incentivized. What? No, the sepulcher is. I guess we didn't go to the sepulcher last time. We went to the bank. Screw that, we're going clock tower. We done? We're done. Yeah, I would love to find a legendary ice grenade. Unfortunately, we didn't go to the legendary biome, and I'm a fool and managed to get hit on what might be the easiest boss in the game. Although, even though I just said that, I don't think that's the case. I think the easiest boss is the giant. I really do. I love that sound of like frost fire happening. Hey Mud, how's it going today? Anyone else says damn? What's damn? You damned if you do, damned if you don't. Actually, it's really the freeze effect which is good about the ice shard, nothing else. I need to find a new weapon there. There we go. Took a minute. I thought he also spawned. I didn't realize he was an actual real elite. Mud says, my day was great. My kids and I went to the Mario movie and it was a ton of fun. I haven't been, I went to see John Wick 4 in theaters like last month. Haven't been to see any of the other movies since then. You know, the other movies, the Mario movie, the story of Bo or whatever the heck it was that I've been told is actually like pretty decent. Haven't seen any of that stuff. Maybe one of these days. Elite Dark Tracker, huh? You know, just a normal, it's not even a legendary blowgun. How disappointing. Bo is afraid, yeah, there you go. I had never even heard about it until actually last night. No, it wasn't last night, it was Tuesday. So actually like 4 days ago, but I had not heard of the movie until before then. Whoops. That does so much damage when you try to leave the box. I thought it was the horizontal laser, the one that ascended. I didn't see the laser on the left and right. Yoink! I don't even know what Bo is Afraid is about. Some guy named Bo who's afraid, maybe? Joaquin Phoenix. Movies are rarely bad, says HLRE Manuel. I don't even know what that is. I'm gonna be honest, I'm bad with names. I don't follow a lot of celebrities. Day 1, day 45, day 138, day 142, day 137, day 132, day 126, day 122, day 119. Oh, an endless quiver. All right, this tower is done. Move back. It's Mousetrap says, I want to see Evil Dead Rise. Also says Joaquin Phoenix was in Signs and Joker and Walk the Line as Johnny Cash. Movie I've never seen before, movie I've never seen before, and movie I've never seen before. That actor can sing as well. He can sing, he can dance! Slowing nearby enemies on death. It's, not doing that much damage, but what it is doing is pulling aggro to an absurd degree. That is not the button I pressed, but I guess it is. No food, huh? Let's heal up. I could go through a door, but why don't we just, is that a door? No. I could go through a door. I'll pay my penance. I mean, if I see a red outline of someone teleporting towards me, I will pre-fire you. I know you're coming. He was in Gladiator. Forgot about that. Mud says there's a sequel to Gladiator in the works. Dun, 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 dun. We should upgrade our weapons. Scavenged Bombard, plus damage on a frozen target. Rebound Stone is garbage. Cocoon. You know, the cannon doesn't seem that bad. We're freezing. I don't know, I like the grenade. Slowdown lasting longer also means more DOT, right? So maybe we dump the Crush Trap. We take the cannon instead. It's gonna be nice for the boss. Crush Trap's nice for the boss too. I don't know, maybe we literally just stick with what we have and then try to get better versions of it. Like, sure. It's too good. Wolf trap? Don't need a wolf trap. Oh, seems okay. Mousetrap says, I made my wife watch Fight Club. First time, I forgot Jared Leto was in it. HLR Manuel says, Jared Leto getting his face punched is one of the best things in that movie. Oh, Lord. More stuff, more doors, more rooms. No curse chest. All right. Excuse me. Do have to kind of get away from you. I did see that there was, or hear that there was a invisible Joker down there. I think it was this one. I think he teleported right up here just to die. New weapons. Bible, War Spear. Bible's pretty good, but it's not really what we're building around. This next boss is gonna be really annoying. Ice crossbow. Now you, what the heck? I just wanted to look at the stats. See ya. Well, it's a level 12 now. Jesus. Primary shot freezes the enemies, freezes nearby enemies when they die, also makes enemies suffer from bleeding, also does more damage against slowed down targets, also has that crit bolt. Dude, maybe this is what we're looking for. So it's gonna be freeze, pierce. Freeze, pierce, freeze, pierce. It's gonna be garbage against the boss, admittedly, but we can just swap it out for the Yumi, I guess. It doesn't have any sort of slow nearby enemies. Well, the ice grenade does, but is this what we want? Connie says, I'm itching to play Darkest Dungeon 1 before Darkest Dungeon 2, a 100-hour campaign in a week. Doesn't sound very appealing, though. Ah, it's the age-old problem with freaking DD1. $10,000 DPS. Freezes nearby enemies. Upon thawing, they suffer bleed. The problem is this boss is not going to get frozen, so we kind of do have to swap out to the Yumi's bow for the boss fight. But if we do that, we could also take the armadillo pack, or not armadillo pack, the acrobata pack. So we fire a Yumi shot when we fire the ice crossbow once. I don't know, that doesn't seem that good. Kill rhythm. Ooh, okay. Makes that second shot way faster, huh? Then you just alternate these, right? Oh, okay, I see it, I see it, I see it, I see it, I see it. Getting our ammo back is not the problem. Freezing is gonna be the problem. I mean, let's do it. Let's go for it. Frostbite, slow build against a boss, I have no idea. Actually, you know, the weapon seems good. I don't know if we're getting any value really out of Frostbite, but the weapon seems potent. Kind of want there to be more enemies so I can fight them and see, but I think we're done with the floor. So let's see if we can get a better ice grenade, and then we're done. There's always Radiant mode. Radiant mode doesn't really make it take any less time, I find. Radiant mode still takes 100 hours, I feel. I don't want this. Abe has a couple of playthroughs too. I have played Darkest Dungeon multiple times. Only finished one campaign though, because, I mean, it's a long game. I feel like that sentiment, that's exactly what they're trying to correct with Darkest Dungeon 2. The sentiment of, oh, I played a whole bunch of Darkest Dungeon 2. How many or Darkest Dungeon 1. How many campaigns have you finished? None. I'm not the only one. Hello, ding dong. Ding 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 dong. Ooh, I ring your ding ding dong. But says I wasn't gonna call that out. I am. What a weird ass build. Let's do it. Just watch the last 10 VODs of your playthrough. You know what? It's a good idea. You get the general gist of a campaign. I need to go through it and see who died as what character, so when Darkest Dungeon 2 comes out, I can just give people new names. For this fight, I'm going to probably use Yumi's bow at some point. Let's not worry about re-rolling mutations. Do you get anything else for ringing the bells? You get the key, and that's it. Once you unlock the blueprint, you don't get anything else out of the bells. So you're gonna immediately go and do this. I didn't go kill rhythm, but you... Oh my god, I was using the wrong weapon. No wonder it wasn't doing anything. The weapon switch UI is broken, and I was hitting the wrong button as a result. Because this is what I wanted. I wanted Yumi. Yeah, you're gonna hit me a whole bunch. Yumi's is actually very good against this boss. I should be using that more. I was wondering, like, I was grappled and I was like, why is my weapon not working? Oh, wait a minute, I figured it out. I hate that bug still exists. There's so many of those that exist in the game. It's like, oh, right, of course. How could I possibly forget that, you know, this item doesn't work in this situation? Well, not getting a lot of legendaries on this run, but that's okay. Let's do Dracula. Abe will never know what's in the door now. Even if you tried replaying the run with the seed, you wouldn't know. Because I have lore rooms turned on. God damn it, he's right. Hello. I don't think we need Yumi's bow. I don't think we'll go with the acrobat pack. I can never remember the names. But I don't think we need it. Were you unfrozen? No. Oh, you know what? I'm a dummy. We should have definitely picked up Kill Rhythm. I definitely forgot about it. I'll try to remember. Why are you getting unfrozen? I feel like something with the freeze mechanic isn't working correctly. Something that they programmed in is makes it feel very wonky at times. I don't know. At least we found the food shop very early. Definitely grab a flask. We have enough money on this run. We don't need to worry about spending a little bit of cash on a flask. Wow. All right, you know, that actually did maybe make me a little bit of a believer right there. Just one-shot a frozen elite. But again, like, the one-shot potential of the crossbow is not really what the run is built around. It's more built around the freeze and slowdown, which doesn't work reliably on bosses, so like, I have no idea what's gonna happen. You'll never reach my throne. What did he do? Sometimes a dot disrupts the frozen, but I don't know if frostbite is the cause, says that. Zav the Chav. What, you wanna know what it feels like? Here's what it feels like is happening. It feels like an enemy gets hit with slowdown, I then freeze them, they then lose one stack of slow, and then they unfreeze. That's what it feels like. It feels like when you freeze an enemy, the slow is not actually reset. How long the slow stack lasts for, I should say. I feel like that could be very easily tested, and I'm gonna tell you what, after this run, I'm gonna test that, because that's what it feels like is happening. And if that's what's happening, that would explain why sometimes enemies don't get frozen for very long. Because what it feels like is enemies have gotten a resistance to it, but enemies don't really get resistance to dots like that. Well, not to dots, but to, you know, slowdown effects, control effects. I have no idea, but we'll try to figure it out. I do know that, you know, damage can interrupt the freeze, but I don't think dots do. They used to, but I think they changed that a long time ago. Gotcha. There you go. Figure it out. We'll figure it out one of these days. Now, I think there is a cursed chest in this biome. There's not one on the first one. There is one here, I think. Imagine having launch a grenade on the X button. Yeah, on your freeze shot, if it does launch a grenade, that can be very annoying. And if that does interrupt the freeze, that's particularly frustrating, of course. Yo, legendary magic missile. I think we're gonna want that. You see that enemy, I froze him and he immediately unfroze, but the only thing that was affecting him, you know, let's worry about this later. The only thing that was affecting him was slow from other enemies that I had killed. I got no idea. One shot almost kills. And they're tanky anyways. Dun 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 dun. When will they add bracket key to this game, says Jackman. That would be one cool item. Just kill all the enemies in an area around you. Oh yeah, I forgot what's happening. Use my dodge roll. I wonder what legendary amulets could be, says Connie. Unfortunately, there are none, but there kind of are. If you really want to think about it, there are, like, not legendary, but unique affixes for amulets. See hidden walls, poison heals you. Might not be literally a legendary, but they're kind of effectively legendaries, because whenever you see one of those, you're like, oh my god. We need to get rid of Heart of Ice. We're not really using it anymore. Because I have freeze just on the crossbow now, I don't need the ice grenade to come off of cooldown. New lore room? I think I've seen this once before. Big pile of corpses! Wow, what is that enormous pile of corpses? It's as if someone tried to make a ball out of it. I won't be too fond of fighting such a horror. Moreover, I suck at aerial combat. Hey, it looks like it's still breathing. Better not stay here for too long. Ow, that's actually like, you know what? It's very good, thank you. Probably shouldn't take it immediately either because we still haven't found the cursed chest, but it's fine. What's the deal with corpses? At least it's not my corpses. There's already a big ball of my corpses in like every single like biome marker. Biome intermission doorway. Alright, that was extremely easy. Meh. A drumstick of what? Chicken, I suppose. I suppose. Where is this damn... This is gonna be Richter mode. Where is this darned, I should say, cursed chest? I believe it still exists. They just removed it from the first biome, not from this biome. Still have more to go. So we'll go left. Dun 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 dun. Dun dun dun. I mean, I'll admit, this does make it very easy when you just freeze every enemy and then just one-shot them. I gotta remember though, I wanna test out my theory as to why it feels like sometimes we're not getting slow that lasts, or freeze that lasts that long. Dun. 18. Non-cursed chest. Oh, maybe there's just no more cursed chests. Maybe they changed it. Because I thought they were gonna leave the cursed chest in the second biome, but remove it from the first one. Instead, it seems like they removed it everywhere. From this biome. Now the real, what? There was nothing there. Now the real question, sorry, I just wanted to take a quick little snapshot of that moment because that looked very interesting to me. I want to get a shot of that later, a clip of that later. What was I trying to say? Right, the real question is whether or not when they removed those cursed chests, if they added a scroll back to the level, or, because if they didn't, then they just removed a scroll. Nothing up there. Not a cursed chest. Seekus Jr. says, Am back. Am, hello. This should be near the end. There's a shop to explore, more food to buy, and then that's it. We don't have gastronomy, we can eat it. Ah, please, I couldn't reach. Sometimes when I use crossbows like this, I do remember why they can be good, but then when I fight the bosses, I'm like, oh no, the boss is immune to freeze. Rather, I forget about that when I fight the giant, and I'm like, oh crap. I've been much more aware about that kind of stuff since coming back, of course, to Dead Cells for the third time. Dun, 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 dun. Also, I need to go look at those legendary equipments too that I kind of just ran by, I'll acknowledge, but you know, I got things to do. People to kill. Things to do and people to kill. Ow. You can freeze the giant, just pause the game. Why didn't I think of that? Well, I mean, there is a better... Well, no, the current crossbow is level 12, because it was mimicked. Alright. Legendary magic missiles. I do feel like this is going to be good for the second phase. And then War Spear just does 80,000 DPS, which is very good. It does the same damage as the bow, but it doesn't rely on enemies being frozen. Maybe we just swap all of our mutations. We're like, you know what? This is now no longer a freeze frostbite build. We're switching out for something else. Because this for phase 2 would be very nice. Use the missiles, please. Magic missiles? Magic missiles are very good. Phase 1, Yumi. Phase 2, magic missiles. Maybe occasional War Spear as well when he's up close. So we'll do it like this, say goodbye to the crossbow, and then with us only having one freeze thing, we should probably get rid of the 2 mutations we have, and we'll replace them with something else. Sure, let's do it. No reason to, you know, go all in on one strategy. You know, we can change whenever the hell we want. I think this is an appropriate time to do that. Where is my shop? It's just over here. Da, 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 da. Ah, why not? I don't think malaise matters against bosses at all, but who cares? Neely's Lemon says, wow, Frostbite. Wow, wow, wow. S tier mutation, really? Like, really? 2000 DPS per slow? I gotta test to see if one slow stack reduces the timer or the length of time that it's frozen. S for something. Shiitake. Magic Missile, Gilded Yumi, War Spear in the backpack. You know what? Yumi is Trail of Flames, so maybe maybe we should actually transform into a flame build. Regardless, we are gonna reset. We're gonna take disengagement. I'll acknowledge ammo for phase 1 seems pretty good, but I don't think we need it for phase 1. I think what we want is maybe just raw health, so we just don't lose the run. And then, well, we don't have the bow anymore, so kill rhythm's not what we want, although 46% is hilarious. I should have taken this for the ice crossbow. Yes, I acknowledge. That is a tactical build. We are basically a tactics build with 2 legendaries that are both ranged. Hey, you know, it's a tactics build with a lot of health. That's okay. Jeez, I don't know. Stores 100% health spread out over 12 seconds. Nah. Don't have a shield. Recovery. I guess we could go recovery. Heal up more. I mean, we don't really need a recovery if we have 4 flasks. We have enough flasks. Crits reduce skill cooldowns. We're never gonna crit. You know what? I'll go Frostbite. I have an ice grenade and a crush trap. There you go. We should probably go with like tranquility, but whatever. Oh, I skipped that. Support. I guess does this count as a support trap? I don't know. All right, so how's this gonna work? Oh, you can't even get moved, like, at all. Oh, and by the way, I completely forgot about, Oh, you do get moved. You just have to be up against the wall. Completely forgot about re-rolling the, magic missile for, like, fire synergy. Wait, he does get moved. Ow. Like, very, like, inconsistent moving. This is a terrible build for this guy, by the way. He doesn't get knocked back if he's in the middle of some of his particular attacks. All right, well. What a terrible build. Yeah, that hit me. No. Okay. Alright, heal up. Now, I'm looking at the equipment like, do we want any of this? I think the answer is no, but it is close. I think what we do want to do is this. Plus damage on poison and electrified targets. Yeah, I should have paid way more attention to, like, plus damage affixes. Ice armor, though? Ice armor is for wusses. Are you a wuss? I'm not a wuss. I'm a beheaded man. His head, it was tracking me before the attack happened. That's why I was a little confused. I am kind of interested to see if Yumi actually works here. I'm gonna assume not. Hey, go ahead, laser me. Laser me, daddy. I'll heal up. Oh, good. All right, I'm gonna heal up. I just missed the jump like twice. Thank you, nameless person. You probably have a name. You're just nameless right now. This guy is also definitely not getting slowed. I want to know. Yeah, it seems pretty bad. Laser, opposite direction laser, single target. Use some magic missile. This guy's very tanky too. This build sucks. I haven't fought this guy in a while though. Ooh, I tried. I got it. Didn't die completely. Yo, your controller vibrates before he does that. Enemies. Ow. Hey. Think my slow trap will do anything? You know what? Fair enough. Frostbite, not the best. Oh, Jesus, finally. Arcatraz, thank you for the resub. Oh, look, a button to press. Nope, totally nameless. Sorry, thank you, nameless. Anonymous. Anonymous. Frostbite carry. Magic missile, not the best. For some bosses, it's like for the Watcher, it's incredible. For this guy, yeah, we need better damage, but the Yumi didn't do anything. It doesn't knock him back at all. And for the first phase of the Dracula fight, the Yumi seems to suck because he's immobile in some of his attacks. Oh well, lesson learned. And I guess phase 2 can't be frozen or slowed, so. That's fun though. Learned a little bit about Ice Crossbow and the Frostbite mutation. Still, I don't know. It definitely is better at helping you with crowd control because it does a little bit of damage to everything. And possibly if you stack it high enough, it can help you to like one-shot big enemies. I saw a video of someone that had a lot of scrolls, Frostbite, and a Frost Blast. And they were able to Frost Blast kill every enemy. But that is just freezing, which is 5 stacks, and then if it's a long freeze, that's a lot of damage over time. What I need is to test to see what happens with, I guess we don't need Frostbite for this. I just need something that inflicts slow on adjacent enemies. An ice grenade would probably do that, right? Freezes its enemies. I need higher level equipment. Can we make higher level equipment? Yes. Oh, we can go all the way up to 15, really? Okay. Okay, so we need... Slow down after thaw spreads to nearby enemies. That's basically perfect. And then I need another grenade. No, I need another grenade. You know what, let's make a legendary grenade. That'll allow us to hold 2. Probably doesn't need to be this high of a level, but that's okay. Victims freeze upon thawing. Enemies hit by this will thaw more slowly. Sure, okay, I got a test. And then we need to up. Do we need to up the level? These grenades suck, they don't do that much damage. This should be fine. Because I want to test this, I want to see what happens. First of all, can we freeze the target dummy? Yes. So when we freeze him, and then he unfreezes, he only has 1 stack of slow. Okay. How do I want to do this? I need there to be 2 enemies at least. I need 2 target dummies or 2 protectors. Let me grab a weapon. Again, this is experimentation time. I just need a very simple weapon, like War Spear would be good enough. You know what? Swap that weapon level down to 0. Swap that quality down to 0. Perfect. Okay. Because I don't really care about it doing a lot of damage. I don't want other things to interfere as well. So let's head up here. Excuse me? Since when? They expanded this. What the heck? What the heck? There's actually traps in here now. Yo, this is not what I'm looking. There's spikes on the wall. It's like the biome preset. All right, let's go to the lower area, I guess. Why are there so many, like, traps everywhere? Okay, we want this to be none. Hold on, is there a none? There should be a none. Medusa? Protector is fine. Everything can just be a protector. This... Maybe there's not a none? I thought there was a none. Rat barrel, cold-blooded guardian. I don't see a none. Best we can do is bats or protectors. Oh my god, there's so many enemies here now. They really made these rooms a lot bigger. All right, well, let's do it. That's also bugged right there on that menu. Okay, so then, now it's just protectors. So here's the question. Freeze him. When he unfreezes, slow down after thaw spreads to nearby enemies. It didn't spread though. Try it again. Now it did. So what I want to do is this. No, that's not what I wanted to do. I think I need a new weapon. I think the grenades are not what I'm looking for. Well, I think I need 1 grenade. I think what I need is something that inflicts slow, which I guess is ice shock, right? Let's spawn in an ice shock. We want slow spread. I'll have to edit all this out. I guess we have to get a higher quality one. Have it have more fixes. Spiders crawl from the dead? Why are these so bad? How about this one? Freezes nearby enemies when they die. Now, I'm looking for slow spreads. Or, you know, slow nearby enemies when they die. I'm not getting that many affixes on these. Victims' remains explode. Oh my god, I'm creating so many ice shocks. This is not what I had in mind. Not freeze nearby enemies. Is there like a legendary that just does that automatically? What is the legendary on this? Victims freeze nearby enemies when they die, huh? Who would have guessed it? Victims freeze nearby enemies when they die. Well, maybe scissors. Victims slow down nearby enemies when they die. That'll work. Okay. So the idea, the thinking, the experiment, you know, you can change mutations. I actually don't need mutations for this. The experiment is when I kill a protector, it does slow down all other nearby enemies when this protector dies, right? Let me kill you and then reset everything. I'm very sorry for that. I didn't, you know, I didn't mean that. We're gonna reset everything, and then here's the thinking, right? Freeze. Didn't work, because the arrow from this thing did way too much damage. It's gotta be like, kill you, freeze you. I don't know, he is being frozen for like quite a long time. Will it slow the enemy down here? It will. Slow already wore off. I'm trying to test something that's hard to test, I feel. Especially with this legendary grenade that lasts longer as is. Let me reset things. Try it over here. You know, I don't know. You know, I'm not gonna worry about that for right now. We can do some testing about that regarding that later. You know what? I'm just gonna go. Well, for those of you on YouTube, sorry for that little aside that didn't actually amount to anything. Thank you very much for watching. Like the video if you've enjoyed it, subscribe for more, check me out on Twitch for when I go live, support the channel, any of the links below in the video description, and I hope to see you here again for the next run of Dead Cells.